And we are live. How's it going, everybody? This is a Monday evening in October. We're going to do a little transition here. Got me a new toy. I'm going to replace my current Garmin Instinct watch. By the way, I'm going to be giving this out to whoever wants it for free. Barely a year old, so I've been slowly giving away some of my older tech. I don't do major announcements, but you know, if you want to get some older watches and stuff like that, not too old, very good condition, you can do that. So anyway, I picked up the Vivoactive 4. This is part of the 2 Garmin devices I want to pick up for the fall before Christmas. The other one being the eTrex 22X. So this is going to replace the Garmin Instinct that I've been wearing, like I said, just under a year. Hasn't been a terribly bad watch during this course of time. It has been quite a bit of firmware updates on it, so it has gotten a little bit better, but I've been overall, I was kind of meh on it for the longest while. So anyway, just not my style anymore for this, so there are a few more videos I want to do on this watch, but overall I do want to move on to something else that's new. So that's why I got the Vivoactive 4, not the 4S, which is the smaller watch. So I picked this up here at the local running room. I was supposed to pick this up while I was in Calgary for work last week, and I just could not get my hands on it. So I got it today, and I got it for $4.79 Canadian. So this is the Vivo 4. 4S is the same price. Unfortunately, right now, the Vivoactive 4, you can probably only find the black one right now. They do have a charcoal or a gray, which looks kind of nice. Very limited, you can find it. My original plan was to get the Venu, which is the exact same thing as the Vivoactive 4, but has the OLED display to make it look like an Apple Watch. That looks like we won't see it until Christmas, if Christmas. So I don't know if you remember looking at Garmin, they did an announcement like a week before the Apple Watch came out, and they're like, ooh, the Venu, just as good as the Apple Watch. Problem is, still not out, and the Vivo 4 is just starting to get out with the distribution channels. So I don't know, they did that in a way to keep people in with Garmin, to say, oh, don't buy the new Apple Watch, which, by the way, very capable. If you're not tied to the Garmin ecosystem, you're not doing heavy duty training or triathlon stuff, there's no reason for you to stay with Garmin. Apple Watch seems to want to do a lot of stuff, especially when you have an iPhone and stuff. But for those who want to do a little bit more heavier duty activities, you know, you want to stick with the Garmin ecosystem. That's why I've been kind of hesitant to leave Garmin for other companies, because I have 12, 14 years of Garmin data, so of uploads. So a lot of investment there to look at my past performances and get depressed when I don't meet them. Anyway, Vivoactive 4, same price if you have the 4S, which is just the smaller radius. They did the kind of the two things where this is, I believe, 45 millimeters and the other one's 38. So remember the difference with Apple Watches. So you have the small one, have a little bit bigger one. Don't really notice it when it's the rectangle, but when it's the circle, you kind of notice it. But I kind of opted for the bigger one here. Out of the box, you do have a number of features here. Quickly list them out. Basically, on watch mode, this thing can last for about 8 days. I could charge this every couple weeks. If I had regular workout activities, about a week and a half. So battery-wise, the Instinct was actually fairly good. This is the 45 millimeter radius. There is the smaller radius. You can battery life up to 6 hours using GPS or music mode. So if you're doing regular workout activities, 3 times a week, stuff like that, you can probably stretch it out for about a week and a half. Music wise, I haven't really delved into that. I believe there's Spotify, there's an option here. The bandwidth is 22 millimeters, and the water rating is 5 ATMs. You have all-day health monitoring, which is pulse, body battery, whatever that means, respiration, stress, and the wrist-based heart rate monitor. And that was one of the things that I was kind of a little depressed with this the heart rate monitor on the Instinct. I felt it to be kind of wonky, and given some activities, or kind of slow to get a good reading, as compared to when I was wearing a chest strap or using some, like if I'm doing a stationary bike, putting my hands on the grips to get an EKG reading. And I felt the Instinct really wasn't the best one. It was kind of slow. Overall, the overall activity, heart rate was good, but when you want quick, just in time kind of heart rate monitoring, I felt the Instinct was kind of slow to adapt. But anyway, what else you can do on here? You can do music, you can do on-screen workouts, you got Garmin Pay, safety training thingies, 20 built-in activities. You get the Garmin IQ store to download watch faces and apps and stuff like that. That's something that the Instinct never did. You could never connect to the store. That being said, this is kind of like an outlier of the Garmin design. So you can actually find their development design mantra if you go to their developer site. And a couple of years ago, they had said, we're doing round watch faces, and this is basically our UI. And then they come out with something like this, which is totally against their design principles, and you can't connect to the store. So, but this was this is really for people. The Instinct was really for people who wanted a Phoenix and couldn't afford the Phoenix, especially the newer models, the 5 and the 6. Those things are just ridiculously expensive. This was the right gap for that. It does all the functions for it, but take out all the frills and stuff. But anyway, the Vivoactive 4, very good general activity watch. So let's open this up. Box on that. Get your watch right here. Phone, deal with that later. You got that. And they've been getting pretty lax on the documentation. Some documentation, warranty info right here. And you have the charging cable. Pleased to know that the charging cable is the same format as the most recent Garmin's. It's the same cable. It's the same charging cable as the Instinct and the, I think, the 945 and stuff like that. So if you have one of these adapters, the new Vivoactive will plug in no problem. So let's get the watch out. And let's get this out. Like that, like that, and like that. Alright, let's take out this plastic. Alright, let's notice right off the bat the sensor arrangement looks a little bit different from the Instinct. There you go, like that. The lights a little bit differently. And I don't know if you noticed this, but the material for the charging pins are different. You can see the Instinct has silver pins in the charging port, and on the Vivoactive they have gold. I wonder if this is to deal with the skin rashes that a few people announced with the Instinct, and I had skin rash issues with this too. I had to order on Amazon plastic covers to put on here. They buy, they sell them in packs of 10 or 12, and that's because you lose them all the time. And my first couple weeks wearing this, this was the first watch that I have to wipe it down every day, regardless if I did activities, because I would get a rash, and the rash would be centered around the charging ports. So anyway, I wonder if this change in material in the charging port gold color has anything to do with that. So we'll see. Hopefully my oil furnace is not making too much of a loud noise. It is close to freezing temperature here in Halifax. It's getting to fall, so we've got to crank up the heat here. All right, let's turn this on. Pretty slick design. Quite a bit, a little bit thinner than the watch. About same size. The watch band feels completely different from the Instinct watch band. You only have 2 buttons here on the side. I assume this is enter, power, and this is back. Nothing else on this side. So there we go. Let's turn that on, see what happens. Gotta do the wizard, right? Now, I had the first generation of Vivoactive. It was the square model, looked nice. And then I had the 3 for a couple weeks. A friend of mine lent me hers. And I actually liked the Vivoactive 3. I think they really did a good job on that. So the 4, that was kind of the reason why I was looking at the Venu. I said, okay, if they built on that, better display, I might be interested. But I decided to get the Vivoactive 4. So you get your little charging here with Garmin Connect. So what we're going to do here, oh, what do we got here? All right, here we go. English, French. Let's do English. Let's pair with iPhone. I'm not going to pair with iPhone now because I'm using the phone to do this, but I'm going to do that. Get started, select your options. Oh, look at that. Like starting blank. So I am a boy. Metric. And enter birth year. So I'm just going to tap on the screen. Enter some of my data. All right, there's my year. Tap in the middle. Boop. And then height. This is in inches. Oh yeah, I said metric, didn't I? All right, let's just pop in a number. I'm gonna connect with Garmin Connect on my phone, and that's gonna override it, so it doesn't really matter. Weight, definitely gonna put in a fake number. All right, wrist, it's gonna go on. So I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna go on the left. And the watch, 12 or 24 hour clock. I prefer 24 hour. Auto set date time with GPS. I say yes. And setup complete. All right, is that the right time? Cool. All right, looks like I'm good to go. So now with this process, I would just connect with the phone and download my profiles and stuff like that on Garmin Connect and then get going. But let's take a look here. So if I were to start an activity, I think I would just press on that. Looks like I can set up some favorites. So I have all these activities and I think I can just scroll through and just add the ones that I want. So if you're a regular, general lifestyle person, you may have some walking, treadmill, running, yoga, that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna do treadmill, bike, bike indoors and walk, walk indoors, golf, stand up cardio, yoga, elliptical, and I have navigation. I'm gonna turn that on and I'm gonna tap the OK here. There we go, and those are my favorites. So I can probably adjust this list depending on how I go. So if you do golf, you can probably just add golf down here like that. So pretty cool. And I think I just press that to go back. All right. And then what else? Can I do this? Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay, so I haven't synced up to my phone or haven't really done a lot of stuff here. So, all right, gotta sync up. All right, that's cool. If I press and hold this bottom one, watch face, clocks, history, settings, get through here. Okay. All right. And if I press and hold this one at the top, I get the menu. I guess I can I choose stuff here? Well, let's see. Oh, let's do power off. Boop. Power off. What's this? Do not disturb. Turn that off. And timer. Okay. Cool. All right, it looks like it's fairly straightforward in terms of what you want to do. If you want to start an activity, I assume you just press and then you just choose what you want. Let's do treadmill. Boop. Treadmill doesn't need the GPS, so you can start right away. So if I do this, looks like that's gonna go. And then I can just swipe. There we go, different screens. Perfect. Press that to stop. What does this do? Oh, I can discard and save. Whoops. Okay. Oh, there we go. Cool. So let's do that. And discard. Discard. Ah, here we go. Discard the activity. Cancel. Boop. All right, there you go. Okay, that's not too bad. Not bad interface. All right, if you're doing a bike activity, wait for GPS. It probably won't work because even though I'm next to a window, I don't think I had this. This is being the first time out of the box. Probably gonna take a while for it to go, but if I were to swipe up anything here, workouts, training calendar, settings, so there you go. Okay. Looks fairly simple. Let's go back, let's kick out of that. All right, cool. So watch face, oops. Watch face. Ah, here we go. Now, of course, if you want more watch faces, you can just download it from the Garmin IQ. All right, so I'm gonna play around with that a little bit later. Get me a customized watch face. One thing I will say compared to the Instinct, I am used to a lot of data fields, and I'm gonna try to replicate it on my side here, so. All right. Cool. So there you go, folks. Quick unboxing. That's what I wanted to do tonight. So like I said, I'm going to do a few more videos on certain functionality on this one. And then I'm going to give this away. So I'm going to have a link. Check the community tab on my channel. I will have a form, and this is going to happen. It's going to be free. And if you are in the States, I'm shipping this from Canada. You might have to pay a couple bucks, but I sent a Phoenix 3 a little while ago. Didn't have any issues, so probably won't have any issues now. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna sync this up. I'm gonna see how it goes, but it looks all right. That's about it, folks. The plan is to get another GPS, which is the eTrex 22X. So again, with the 66, do a few more videos, and then we'll have that. Those to me are the two big GPSs that I'm looking forward on using here until the fall. Garmin released a whole bunch of new stuff, but really at the end of the day, there's just a couple that I think are really good, and you probably know what they are by looking at the channel. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Okay, see ya.